We enjoy Sega, especially when it came to when Sega made consoles to compete with Nintendo. We love the Genesis, the Dreamcast, and the Sega Saturn, despite its horrible launch in the US, because there was some gems for the Sega Saturn. For example, Panzer Dragoon. Okay? Pretty good. But hey, enough with that hijinks. We're going to be talking about SEGA Games, and we're not going to have anything to do with that damn hedgehog. We've been getting too much of that goddamn blue hedgehog. Okay, credit where credit's due, the Sonic movie is good, but you know what, let's keep right on going and get that blue hedgehog out of the picture, because we're going to be focusing on the top 5 games by Sega that are not Sonic. You know what, I need to say that again in a proper according to what I have titled. Okay, so top 5 Sega games that are not Sonic. Number 5, Streets of Rage 2. This lovely Sega Genesis beat-em-up classic was pretty much the first thing people would touch on when it came to a Sega Genesis or a Sega Genesis Collection or a Sega Genesis Mini. Why? Because Streets of Rage 2 is that damn addicting of a game. Whether you're Axel Stone or Blaze Fielding or Adam Hunter's little sibling, or basically a pro wrestler, guess what? You're going to be having a good time wandering around the streets, fighting off crime and corruption as vigilantes and ready to take out the dreaded Mr. X. However, when it comes to Streets of Rage, you get some good, fantastic 16-bit graphics that just make everything oh so lively, considering its 16-bit nature. Not only that, but you do get some addicting soundtracks when it comes to the level music. So, like I said, Stage 3's music, hell yeah, that's a hell of a fucking banger. But, however, when it comes to Streets of Rage 2's music, you're definitely going to find a favorite. Definitely a favorite. However, your characters have signature hidden moves to be accessed. And not only that, you could accidentally hurt your teammates, so be careful. Streets of Rage 2 is that legendary Sega Genesis beat-em-up worth having a Sega Genesis for. And even if you don't have the Sega Genesis, like I said, Sega Genesis Collection, or Sega Genesis Mini. Number 4 is Crazy Taxi. This Sega Dreamcast classic has players going as fast as they can and getting customers to their target destination as fast as they can in order to basically rack up a much higher score and get additional time long enough to get them some extra points in to only get that S-Class. Boy, oh boy, it was a fantastic thrill ride. Also added an old, crazy punk rock soundtrack that becomes addicting as heck, but however, the punk rock soundtrack that was present in the Dreamcast release ended up being changed around a lot in the re-release. However, there is a mod for that on the PC version. This game was a fantastic, wacky thrill ride back in the arcades, and still is a wacky, fantastic thrill ride on the Sega Dreamcast. But this game has been re-released on PC, and as well as pretty much PlayStation 3s and Xbox 360s. And Crazy Taxi would go on to pretty much spawn sequels. Not only that, but ended up with Fox trying to end up having a Crazy Taxi clone based off The Simpsons. Hey, kids! I hope you're ready for Crazy Taxi! I hope I didn't butcher that. Number 3, Columns. Columns is this marathon puzzler that is essentially a match 3 or more when it comes to jewels. It plays like Tetris, of course, but however, you have to get your 3 jewels or they all break and disappear from the board. You fill your board up, you get a game over. Okay, so yeah, there's your situation. However, when it comes to Columns, these 3 jewels that you have to match identical to each other can be done horizontally, vertically, or basically diagonally. whatever the case may be. And of course, remember to link up for chain combos, because you're gonna get more of a score that way. How far can you go? How high can you score? You just got that calming music, these interesting backgrounds, and of course the fascinating and addicting gameplay when it comes to columns. Number 2, Phantasy Star Online 2. Missed out on Phantasy Star Online back in the Dreamcast? No problem, fam. Phantasy Star Online 2 has been finally translated into English, and you'll be able to find this game free to play on Xbox and of course PC via the Microsoft Store. However, Sega did announce that Phantasy Star Online 2's PC port will be coming to other platforms besides the Microsoft Store. So if you want to wait out, it's up to you. But however, it is a free-to-play MMORPG. Not only that, but there is no pay-to-win at all. And guess what? You play to win, just as what Sega said so in their official advertising. Because when it comes to the microtransactions, there's pretty much really tiny amounts of paywalls that actually end up mattering. And even if they are paywalls for something kind of interesting, guess what? There's gonna be like a way to do that for free. You can get past that paywall by earning it. Really, it doesn't do too much on the pay to win. There's even very tiny amounts of paywalls. So basically, you're rewarded for playing the game and enjoying the game. However, for the US version, we're totally behind. I mean, we got up to episode 3. But however, later in the same year as the game release, which is 2020, Sega is now saying, hey, we're going to be getting episode 4, 5, and 6. We're making sure that everybody is caught up. Also, you do have these big, epic, wildin' out hack and slash action RPG gameplay. It is so hella fun. And also the casino. There is a casino. And also there are events in this game. Not only that, but they are virtual live concerts in the game. That's pretty fucking insane. And guess what? Hatsune Miku and Megurine Luka, Vocaloids, have performed in a live concert in Phantasy Star Online 2. Now, Vocaloid fans have just had their antennas just go up in the air. Plus, add in an intriguing story with some fantastic NPC characters you're gonna end up being addicted to. And of course, all of the enemies you can cut down and just shoot at and just freaking take out and wipe out. I mean, hell, you are a motherfucking badass. Phantasy Star Online 2 has been the wildest MMORPG that really got me addicted. Like, addicted. So, even if you have an Xbox One or a gaming PC, Phantasy Star Online 2 is worth jumping in. Number 1, Puyo Puyo Su. Or you could go ahead and say Puyo Puyo 2. Alright. This combat puzzler finally got itself localized after being an import classic. And of course, we saw this game happen on your Nintendo SNES library on your Nintendo Switch, but also on the Sega Ages lineup, as well as the Nintendo 3DS Sega Classics Collection. This combat puzzler sequel revamped the formula of Puyo Puyo. Players have the ability to counter against and, of course, clear off Garbage Puyo while sending back Garbage Puyo to the person who tried to send Garbage Puyo to you. Not only that, but you do have an expanded single-player campaign that has a pretty much tough, challenging thing to touch on. Try meeting the true end conditions. Plus, add in some addicting music worth touching into, and of course, the huge cast of characters to take on, and of course, add in some lots of plenty modes, such as a huge rally mode where you get to take on everyone in one sitting. And of course, Puyo Puyo Su is definitely the ultimate of Puyo Puyo. And that about wraps up this top 5 video for the top 5 Sega games that are not Sonic. And boy, oh boy, it's been a long time since I ever got to do a top 5. But hey, we got a top 5. And we're going to be having a good time with videos in the future once I get myself adjusted back into the groove. But hey, hopefully things are going well for you. And that is all. I will be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out.